This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Human error. Evolution.
Hello, everybody. What can we? Wow, what a what a great few days we've had. It just. I mean, that video that I played at the start of the intro, that is the person that the Western media is worshipping as a god. That is Zelensky, the Ukrainian president. Now he is a hero. That man is a hero on that screen. We'll just watch him for a little bit longer. This is a hero. This is the Western world's hero. I don't understand what's going on at the moment. I mean, I thought COVID was bad, but the propaganda and the downright lying is just insane. It has been the most insane ride to watch. I mean, we have Adam Kinzinger fucking tweeting and now deleting, because obviously he deleted. He's fucking falling for Sam Hyde memes in 2022. It's fucking insane. The Ghost of Kiev, the most stupid thing, like meme possible. And they're still pushing it. They're still pushing this motherfucker. It's like, I don't understand what... I didn't realize human beings were so fucking dumb. That's the problem I have with it. I mean, it's funny. It is funny to watch all of these people lying and lying and lying and lying and lying. But it's kind of depressing. I mean, this was tweeted. When was this tweeted? This was... Let me just switch screens. No, Jonathan. That's the president of Ukraine. That was the president of Ukraine. In his previous life as... I don't know fucking what. Some sort of weird gay actor. But let's look at this, right? This was tweeted yesterday. So they're still running with the meme of the Ghost of Kiev. Now, who's tweeting this? Oh, it's the official Ukraine Twitter account. They're running with a lie. Everything you're seeing is a lie. It's all a lie. It's been debunked. It was a fucking video game footage. Yeah, well, Ukraine. Well, Lewis, the poor uploader of the Ghost of Kiev video meme, yeah, I don't know whether he did it on purpose or not, but now he has the country of Ukraine spreading it as though it's real. Let's watch it.
Доброго вечора, ми з України.
Yesterday, by the way. It's kind of a cool tune, though.
Доброго вечора. Ми
Yeah, so it's up to 10 now. It was 5 a couple of days ago. Now it's 10. And the Ghost of Ukraine, he's kicking ass in his video game of not real life. Well, thank you very much, Circular Snakes. And he definitely is the hero we didn't need or want. And he's not a hero. He's a fucking... It's so... I just can't even begin to start with how much of a lie this is. All of this is. Like, everything is a lie. Let me just type in Zelensky war pictures. I want to get some pictures. I forgot to do this before the start of the stream. I want to get some pictures of the press showing how much of a... I can't find anything. I don't know what I'm looking for. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at this guy. This Zelensky. Now, what a hero. We're seeing this everywhere. I'm sure you've seen it on Facebook. Your boomer parents or whoever have been showing you this. Saying, oh, what a hero, because CNN told me. And Fox News, actually. Fox News is not your friend, by the way. None of these right-wing people are your friend. They've all bought hook, line, and sinker into this Ukraine shit. They're all controlled. And, like, you've all seen this picture. Oh, what a hero. He's all been going... And he's like, oh, that was taken in May the 5th of 2021. Now, oh, hell, Samuel Hyde. I know, he is the hero we all need and we all want. And now we've got here, now, I don't know how well you can see this because this is like a collage, but these are all these pictures of this that we're all, unlike the coward who poses shirtless with bears to make up for his fragile ego, this woman's saying, oh, look how brave he is. He's so brave. He's so brave. What a brave guy. Now, if we go here, all of these pictures are from Ukraine, the Ukrainian president inspecting the border on the 4th of September in 2021. So all of these pictures you're seeing of him looking like a badass. And I'll tell you another thing. There is absolutely no fucking chance that this guy is in Ukraine. He's fucking fled the country and he's left because otherwise there'd be some pictures of him. Where's all the combat footage? Well, the thing is, the combat footage is... I mean... I'll say one thing, right? If a country is having to lie about the ghost of Kiev, about all of this stuff, like, if a country's having to start to lie and they've got no real tales of victory, I think what you're finding is they're getting their fucking ass kicked by Russia. And it's like, and the media aren't going to show you that. They're not going to show you that because they don't want that happening at all. And it's like, they're against Russia, so they're not going to show you any of that shit. But if they're making up stories and they have no real stories to tell you about victory, then they are getting absolutely their ass smashed. And Jonathan, they've been using pictures from about 2050. They've been using every picture is fake. It's all old. Pardon me. But the amount of propaganda is, thank you very much, Sam. The amount of propaganda is fucking outstanding. It is, I thought COVID, at the start of COVID, I thought the hysterics were bad. And I just didn't understand. I didn't understand, like, that was not the limit of propaganda at all. This has been fucking insane. And people have fallen for it. I mean, and Ukraine have got their... I mean, this is how you know that these aren't... This is not serious. This is not a serious country. It's like they're snitching on Russia to get them banned from Twitter. Who fucking cares? Like, why is the country of Ukraine asking for Russia to be banned from Twitter? How is that going to help? What does it even matter? It's just... Oh, yeah, I haven't watched any Russian news, but Russian news, I imagine, is going nuts, but it's not being covered in the Western media, is it? It's like... No, I'm not saying they didn't. I'm not invading and attack Ukraine. I'm saying they are just winning very handsomely, and that's not being shown because they obviously are. Because if one side is completely making everything up and saying, "Oh, look," because look, I'll put this on here. Right, if you're saying you're winning and kicking ass, why is every second thing you say begging for help? Ukraine president calls for his country to be granted EU membership. They're just screaming, help me, help me, help me. I'm getting my ass kicked. It's like that. This is what that is. And they can't join the EU because they haven't got, you need to have a GDP of 3,000, of over 12,000 euros, I think, for each person. And Ukraine's is 3,700. So they're not going to fucking... They're not going to be like talking. They're not going to be granted anything like that. No, Russia never did call me a racist or a Nazi either. And that's another thing as well, isn't it? I mean, and I'll tell you another thing. There's another thing that makes me slightly suspicious and not wanting. I mean, I have no skin in the game. I don't care. I don't care whether Russia wins or loses, to be honest, because I don't think. I mean, nobody's doing anything. Because that's a if you're winning, why do they keep pulling back? Because that's a tactic they use that the Russians have always used. It's an old tactic that they always use. They probe and then they pull back and then they surround, and that's what they've done with all the cities. And then they go in. They're slow. Russia aren't like America where they just explode everybody around them and just go, yeah, I'm America. And it's like, well, they are winning. That's why Ukraine is crying like little babies, and why do you think Ukraine armed their citizens? They gave 10,000 AKs and forced every man to stay in the country to join the army. That's not winning. That's desperation. That's pure desperation. And all he's doing that is to get those people killed, so the Russians kill them. And it's like, that's because they can't use an AK-47. If they've never used one, they can't use it, and they'll get killed. As soon as they point at a Russian soldier, that's it. Yeah, I'm talking about the Ukrainians. I see. Sorry. I see, Master of the Death Wing. Sorry. But look, they are begging all the time. They could obliterate the place if they wanted to, but they don't want to. That they keep on repeatedly saying, which the Western media is completely ignoring, saying, we're not going to kill any civilians. Don't engage us and we won't engage you. He said, we're taking down the regime. That's what we're doing. Now, I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I don't care, really. Again, I don't really care. Although, if Russia did win, it would make me laugh because these people would absolutely lose their fucking minds and it would make me very happy. But, well, I don't know exactly for what. Letusitis, I think that's how I would say it. But, like, I think with the next picture. Now, if this motherfucker, George Soros, is on your side, I have to take the other side because we know. I don't care. It's not even a conspiracy theory. This fucking weirdo is, like, he is not to be trusted whatsoever. In the slightest. So if George Soros is on Ukraine's side, then I'm inclined to go. Yeah, you could handle it. You could handle an AK, but you wouldn't know what to do with it. You also wouldn't know how to group together, like we soldiers do. When a soldier isn't just one person. A soldier is a group, and they're all looking out for each other. Now, somebody So just a citizen with a gun is fucking useless against a group of soldiers because they're all looking. A citizen with a gun has absolutely no chance against soldiers. No chance. It's a PR move. He's looking to get them killed so he can say that Russia is killing the citizens. That's what he's doing. But there's been this meme going around as well, and it's like I don't quite understand why people don't understand they're being programmed into doing something, because what we're seeing on Twitter is just I wouldn't know the importance of morale, but I would also know the importance of being trained as a soldier. And when you're against a soldier and you're just a person who's been given a gun, you don't stand a single chance. It's not that simple. It's not that easy to do anything. It's very hard to tell what's actually happening. And which is why I'm not really going to go and say, I know that Russia is winning because not for the fact of what I can see, it's the fact that it's the way Ukraine's behaving. They're screaming for help constantly. So they're screaming, they're saying, oh, we're kicking ass, please let us join the EU. And it's like, please help. And it's like, well, pick one. You're either killing 3,500 soldiers in half an hour, like you said you were, or you're getting killed and you're begging for the EU's help. It's one of them. I'm more inclined to believe that you're begging for the EU's help because you're getting your ass kicked. It's like, I don't care what No, we'll never really know what happened. We know why Putin invaded, and it was because they were going to start building NATO bases right next to his country, and he specifically said, I don't want you to do that. So, and they kept on doing it. They promised they wouldn't do it, and they put them in Hungary, I think, and Poland, and all the ones, and they kept on fucking about with him, and he just said, well, no, I'm not doing that. But there's so much fucking misinformation. Oh yeah, Russia's army is way, but they've only sent 40,000 troops into there at the moment. I mean, they're not even trying. Yeah, but Russia's not going for air superiority. They're not bombing anybody because they don't want to kill anybody. They don't want to kill the citizens. Yeah, Afghanistan was all civilians. Yeah, okay, okay, Mulan. Afghanistan was all civilians, but they're all trained. In fact, they learned over 10 years. You're not going to learn in 3 days. They learned how to beat them over 10 years. You're not very good at it. You're not very bright, are you? Oh yeah, I got given a gun, so I'm now suddenly a super soldier after 3 days. Don't be fucking stupid, you retard. Like... But no. But now we see they're being just programmed. There's Biden, Harris, you're all lockstep in that. The masks and the Ukraine. Now it's the Ukraine. And now this is when the programming goes bad and you get blue check marks who have been sent insane by the messaging. This is a guy called Chris Vickery, and now he's writing his own fan fiction about how to murder people and commit war crimes. like this is what happens when you break these weak NPC brains. Tie up already captured soldiers. Use handcuffs, leg irons, rope, chains, padlocks, duct tape. Put them in roads with debris covering them. Perhaps heavy chunks of metal chained to them. Let the invading tanks realize what they have rolled over after it is too late. It's like, what the fuck you... Like, this is the left. This is the peace-loving left. These are the people who are totally against racism and totally against violence, totally against, unless it's suitable for them. But it's more about the is to be honest, the way I feel about it, I don't really care about the war. I hope Russia sticks to their word and they're not going to kill many civilians, and they don't seem to be. If you go on TikTok and stuff like that, where you can actually get people on the ground reporting, not very much is happening. The Russians aren't doing anything to them. They're just ignoring them, and they're going for other stuff. And it's like they're securing areas and things like that. Oh, people, yeah. Well, I think most people outside of the Marvel movie bubble realize life is not like the movies, and Reddit. It's just Redditors. Which side of the Nazis on again? Oh, yeah, that's Ukraine, who has a genuine, real Nazi problem, which the mainstream media talked a lot about until they appear to have been told to be quiet after after a certain amount of time in 2019. So I don't know whether they've been planning this or not. Okay, Maryland, I'm spreading misinformation. Yeah. Oh, you got a visiting soldier at the War College. Oh, okay. The old internet lying. All right, buddy. Well, you're welcome to stay and seethe. I don't really give a fuck. It's all good to me. But at least we know where Jack Murphy is, because Jack Murphy was discovered. And he was an unknown Ukrainian freedom fighter who slowed down an entire division of Russian infantry by allowing them to have their way with his wife. And he has been dubbed the Cock of Kiev. NPCs really have ruined fucking everything. Everything. Zelensky is the bad guy. That man is fucking... What he's doing is bad. It's like he's using everything as a soapbox for himself. But this man, like, they're talking about democracy, but that guy doesn't know what the fucking the meaning of the fucking word at all. He fucking imprisoned his fucking opposition leaders. He banned 3 TV channels that criticized him. The man is the same as Putin, but apparently we're worshipping him. We've got to worship him. I don't know how to say that in Russian, to be honest. But all hell, Jack Murphy. He's doing his bit. His wife is getting pounded. I'm more inclined to root for Putin. If George Soros is on the side of Zelensky, fuck it. I like Putin. He's funny, but I don't really want to root for him. But again, I have to root for the people who are against George Soros. He didn't even charge, I don't think. Well, maybe he did it. Maybe he did a cam show while he was doing it. You know. 69 for 69, guys. Maybe he learned how to say that in Ukrainian. Yeah, it's mainly Biden's fault. Yeah, fuck Biden. And none of this would have happened if Trump was in charge. Literally none of it. It's because Putin knows that Biden is a pussy and won't do fucking anything. So that's exactly why. Yeah, and he's been shelling his own citizens. The fucking guy, if the mainstream media wanted to actually talk about somebody who was actually fucking nuts, it would be talking about Zelensky. He's been shelling his own citizens, a Donbass thing. He burnt them alive. He burnt Russians alive. But no, we're not allowed to talk about that. We're just not allowed. Yeah, it doesn't involve Gaza, the West Bank, genocide in China. Yep, correct. International law. It's such serious business, isn't it? But when they do it, it's fine, isn't it? It's totally fine. I find the hypocrisy, it doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. Oh, Biden, you see him earlier on. He was They asked him about nuclear war, and he just did the virgin walk away. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at more. Let's have a look at hypocrisy, eh? So this guy here, strange truth. Russia continues to send gas to Western Europe, mostly to NATO countries, and increased supply since the invasion started. Much of it still transits Ukraine. Russia and the Ukrainian managers and technicians still cooperate 24 hours. Russia is still paying transit fees. None of these sanctions mean jack shit because none of them include the oil or gas. They're they all make exceptions for gas. And you know how much America spends on oil gives to Russia? $66 million a day they give them every day. And they haven't stopped during the invasion. They're not going to stop. Because they need it. They fucking need it. That's what and it's like, I half think half of this is, it seems to me, it's like maybe Russia was in the wrong to invade, but I'm not too sure they were in a lot of cases, because like do you remember when America was going nuts because Russia was saying they might build a base in Cuba? It's the same thing. It's like why do your enemies want to move build stuff right next to you? It's like, nah, fuck off. I don't want you there. Yeah, exactly. Libya was fucking shocking. That place was a normal place. Maybe Gaddafi was a bit fucking nuts, but that place was not a bad place, and now it's absolutely wrecked. They just wrecked it. It's fucking disgusting what they did. It really is genuinely disgusting what they did to Libya. But let me just find some things. I've got quite a lot of stuff on here. But shall we look at let's look at one of the main reasons what's actually going to be happening. This is just a warm-up, I think. For the big show, the main event pay-per-view. China is doing some mad shit around Taiwan. Because now, look, I don't care whether you're on the side of Russia or you're on the side of China. Now is the time to do it. Because they know. It's like, oh, you're all complete pussies. Oh, like, no, you do anything. You all stand there and talk, and then you don't do shit. And it's like they can sanction Russia all they want, but they haven't sanctioned them at all because they haven't said none of the sanctions include gas and oil, which is their number one export. So Russia doesn't give a fuck. They're still going to get all their money for their oil. And they just signed a new gas deal. I think Gazprom, is that what that's the biggest gas company in the world, signed a new energy deal with China. So today, yeah, no one cares. They're creating their own market. Yeah, this fucking green energy thing, if it doesn't make any sense. None of this, it's all all renewables, and you're like, what are you talking about? All of this stuff doesn't work. Like the fucking windmills, the wind turbines don't work. They don't fucking work. Solar panels don't work. You need to have fucking 1 billion fields of solar panels to power one house. China is going to invade Taiwan. China, I guarantee you, China is going to invade Taiwan. They've seen that nobody has done anything, and they really want that. They fucking want that more than Putin wants Ukraine. They consider it an abomination that is not part of China. Yeah, thanks, Obama. That's nice of you, isn't it? But yeah, there's plenty of stuff going on. There's a lot of fucking talk about China, and if I was China, I'd be invading. I'd be invading them. Oh yeah, and here's our favorite authoritarian fascist. Trudeau leaving Russian oil out of sanctions speaks volumes. So yeah, none of them are doing it. None of these people are fucking are keeping to their word. They are talking a big game right now, as it says here, imposing sanctions against Russia and its elite over their invasion of Ukraine. However, Russian crude oil is conveniently left off the sanction list. So none of the sanctions mean anything. If you're not the main thing that they make money on. What about my networks? What do you mean by that, Danny? But I just don't understand. Well, I'm not too sure what the end goal is, but we're definitely watching something. And it might be, the spare out might be because of this. I don't know. But the head of the Cooperative Threat Reduction Program, Robert Pope, warns that the US's network of Pentagon-run biolabs in Ukraine could unleash deadly pathogens if hit by Russian forces. Is this what they're all spagging out for? I mean, I didn't know what that mean. I didn't know they had their own. The Pentagon had. I didn't know the Pentagon had biolabs in Ukraine. But maybe this is why they're going absolutely fucking apeshit. I mean, obviously the money laundering is a big thing, and he is. I mean, Zelensky is quite clearly a puppet of the West, but he's also been hung out to dry. So I don't know whether he's done something that makes them unhappy. Actually, yeah, you're right, Louis. Obama did do that. Yeah. He simply decolonized Libya and restored its traditional economy. Oh, well, so that's a good thing then. Yeah. Oh, well done, Obama. Thanks, Obama. It can't just be Hunter's dealings. It doesn't. He's just laundering. He's just stealing money. That's all Hunter Biden was doing. It's like it wasn't a big. It's not a big conspiracy. It's the fact that he's crooked and a criminal, and he's just stealing a load of money for doing nothing. I mean, to be honest, most people would do it anyway if you could just get money for fuck all. So, I mean, I don't like him, but at the end of the day, it is none of this mass Western media coverage of absolute fucking shitting bricks and going nuts can be down just to him. But I think this may be something, because the Pentagon run biolab in Ukraine, it's like that's fucking that's a bit I find that unusual. Not to mention solar panels are made of rare earths and aren't recycled. None of this shit is. None of it is. None of the batteries in fucking electric cars, they're worse for the environment than fucking engines. It's like, I don't understand. It's fucking nuts what they're trying to push on people. Well, now is the time to strike for everybody. But again, if you want some kind of lesson on who the bad guys are, do you remember when this started happening, and who were the bad guys then? New, Twitter will start labeling all tweets that contain content from Russian state-affiliated media websites. Now, where have we seen this before? We've seen this happen again and again. And it was for COVID, wasn't it? And if the people trying to control the narrative were wrong, were the bad guys the last time, I am not going to believe that they're trustworthy this time. Oh, yeah. Shell's the one that had the pattern, isn't it? It had the pattern for an electric car, and they've never, ever released it. Like a perfect electric car, something like that. They discovered it. Oh, yeah, if Russia was losing, you can bet your bottom fucking dollar that if there was there'd be endless coverage of it. absolutely fucking endless. It's like all they would be doing would be gloating over how all these Russian people had died, which again is like very weird because like the soldiers aren't fucking. And this is what I don't quite understand about the left. It's like they're so controlled. It's like the soldiers aren't the bad guys. They're just following orders. They don't really have much choice. So, but the frothing at the mouth for people to die is just, I find, really fucking weird. I thought so, Jonathan. But yeah, I just don't understand the level. Oh yeah, I had this one lined up as well, and it's like, look, we've got this. Ukraine, some Russian soldiers surrendered to the police. I assume most people have seen this and just thought, they're Ukrainian soldiers. I've only been seeing it on TV for a few days, but I know that's a Ukrainian. They're getting so lazy with the propaganda. They're fucking just having soldiers lie down and then say, "Oh, we're like either this is real, like, and Ukrainian soldiers are getting captured by the Russians, or they're just too lazy." Because they tried after they posted this, and everybody was pointing out their Ukrainian uniforms, and then they said, "Oh yeah, they were Russian. They were wearing our uniforms and trying to blend in with us, and it didn't work." I am on Telegram. Yeah, I was. But this is the laziest, and people believe it as well. People are believing it. They're going for it. They're falling for it, hook, line, and sinker, and I just don't understand. And it's like, and then you have this shit. So I couldn't find the original photograph because this was propaganda made for Reddit. This fucking chick with a gun that she has no idea how to handle or touch. And it's like, I see women like me bearing arms and standing up to protect their families, their cities, and their country. Women can't do fucking shit against male soldiers. It's not sexist to say that. We're fucking 3 times the size of you. And it's like, there is no force in the world that could actually destroy us, apart from one single bullet. But this was like the best propaganda I've ever seen because it had her feet, she had her bare feet on it. So it was propaganda for the Redditors to simp over her feet. That's all it was for. So fucking weird. And then you've got like the NPCs who are just going insane. Like, this is Israel protesting Russian occupation of Ukraine, and they're in occupied Palestine. I mean, what the ever-loving fuck are they talking about? Oh, thank you very much, political bum. But what the fuck is going on when they're so programmed, they don't understand that, like, well, what's the fucking problem with what? Why is it any different to what you're doing to Palestine? But and then there's another one as well. Where is it? Let me find it. Oh, I need to get to that one at some point. Oh no, where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. Look, let's watch this video. Now, protesters in Dublin attacked the Russian ambassador's car on the way to his residence. So they're getting the NPCs all riled up. Why do they care this much? Why? What does it matter to them? Why does it matter? I don't understand why it would possibly matter to you that much? And now that was protesters in Dublin. Now, I'm from the UK. And I'll ask, I know most of my viewers, I think about 88% of people who watch my channel are from America. But I'm from the UK and I know there's a real problem with this attack, with this protest. And can somebody in the chat tell me what it might be? I just leave it for a little second. Yeah, useful idiots. But there is a real problem with this protest. Like a real, well, it is. But the real problem. Oh, good. Because I wasn't sure. I know it's a bit. It's like 5 or so hours behind, isn't it? Or 4 or something. But I'll tell you the actual problem is because they live in fucking Dublin, Ireland, and that's right next to England, and we occupy part of their motherfucking country because they're pussies and won't take it back. And it's like, they don't protest that. Not anymore. We fucking knocked that out of them. And it's like, now they're protesting this instead of their own fucking country that we are occupying and we have invaded for hundreds of years and will not give back. But they don't care about that because the media hasn't ordered them to care about it, have they? But that's more important to them. That's relevant to them. What the fuck does it matter to them about? I mean, you can go, oh, that's bad, isn't it? And then move on to the next news story. But why are they getting this riled up about something like this? It doesn't matter. And nothing they can do can change anything. But they don't care about their country because they haven't been told about it. Yeah, they won't. Yeah, they won't fight for their own freedom. It was the same with Black Lives Matter, wasn't it? When they were, when it was like, oh, everybody got to stay inside, and then like, oh yeah, it's not fascism. It's honestly not fascism. It's for your health, even though nothing makes any sense. But like. But when Black Lives Matter came out, everybody, all the doctors in the media was like, "Oh, you should go out and protest. It's for it's for the greater good." In the middle of a so-called deadly pandemic, no one batted an eye. And you sounded weird when you said, "Well, aren't we in the middle of a deadly pandemic? And like, why is everybody saying it's okay to go out to protest?" And they're like, "Well, it's for a good reason." And you're like, "Oh, right, is that what happens with viruses? Do they just go?" Oh, well, to be honest, all of these people are out for a good reason, and I applaud that. I won't infect them with my deadliness. And it's like, no one fucking did that. No, that doesn't work like that, does it? Yeah, we should all be eternally grateful to Putin. He has cured COVID. Thank the Lord for Putin. But fucking... and he really has. Everyone's fucking forgotten COVID. And a part of me thinks, is this just like a psyop to make everybody completely forget COVID? Because they have. They've moved on to being absolutely enraged about something that means nothing to them. Because it means absolutely fucking nothing to them. Where are we? But look. I know when times are hard, things might be upsetting, but Joe Biden's fucking dogs are posting, giving hot political takes on Twitter. Joe Biden, the Oval Office, is getting involved and tweeting about shit. It's like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening here? And it's not getting ratioed. I suppose only fat women follow it. We must own our mistakes. In the Budapest memo, we had the Ukraine. This is a dog's account. Give up their nukes in exchange for assurances that the integrity of the Ukrainian sovereign nation should be preserved. Then Putin took Crimea. Now he's invading the entire country. Hashtag help Ukraine. This is a dog's account. I'll say it again. A dog that got put down because it's fucking biting everybody. President Zelensky, today we are defending our country alone. Just like yesterday, the most powerful countries in the world took on look on from a distance. Russia was hit with sanctions and not enough to get the foreign troops off our soil. Sanctions are not enough. Well, at least his dogs are calling Joe Biden out. Expel Russia from SWIFT. Send substantially more weapons. Arm Ukrainian soldiers to the teeth with modern military gear. That's another thing I want to say in a minute. Send more tactical intelligence, more urgency around sanctions. More can be done. Okay, so we've got a dog that got put down that Joe Biden raped like every day, ran around naked, chasing it and pulling its tail before he had sex with it. I don't know. Do you remember that story that he told where he just got out of the shower and was pulling its tail and it bit him or something or other? So who are the bad guys? The Western people, us. I think we are the baddies. Well, I'm not, but like, I think our elite is. Yeah, why can't people just stay neutral? Why should we care? I mean, I don't care. I care about how the people are reacting. I don't actually care about the other thing. I mean, I hope everybody ends up. I mean, it's the slightest bit of caring. I hope everybody ends up okay. It's like there aren't too many casualties, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. And that sounds a harsh thing, but it doesn't matter to me. And it doesn't matter to anybody. It doesn't matter to a single person who is not there. And you can pretend it does, but then you just make it about yourself. If you're getting upset over things like that, then you're being an idiot. Well, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know, Luke. I don't know, whatever, because that's another thing that I have a problem. I'm starting to care about it because they are backing Putin into a corner. And he said about nuclear action, and it's like, stop backing this motherfucker into a corner because otherwise he's gonna do something. And it's like, stop it. Just stop. It's like all of this fucking nonsense. It's like, it's nothing to do with you. Leave him alone. And just let him invade Ukraine. Because it doesn't matter. I mean, it obviously does matter to them for some reason that we don't know about. Well, yeah, exactly. I don't care for the right reason, though. That's you know why you care, James, because this is just another stage of the long plan. Exactly. But that's not the reason why I should care. That's the reason, because we can see through it. I'm not rooting for anybody. Well, I am kind of on Putin's side because if he wins, it would be fucking hilarious because they would go absolutely fucking schizo, and it would amuse me. But that's not a real reason to be on anybody's side. I'm not really on anyone's side. I've got no skin in the game. I would just be amused by the Twitter meltdowns. So that's not real. Well, of course I view NATO and the USA as the villains in this, but again, I don't want to take sides particularly. I want to know why this is, because the constant lying is something that is really bugging me. And where was it? Just let me find it. Where was it? Like it's posts like these as well. Hold on, I've got to make another image, another thing. Streamlabs to show it. You've seen. It's this, like shit like this. The people who shit on the ghost of Kiev for being a fake story are the worst. How about maybe just getting behind a badass story to support Ukraine rather than priding yourself on being a little snopesy bitch now? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Weren't all these people absolutely losing their shit over Joe Rogan talking to doctors and claiming it was misinformation only a short time ago? And now they're wanting misinformation to be just, oh, just let them spread it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because it's fucking weird. I find it fucking bizarre what they're doing. But, and also, wouldn't, now, if I was, let's say the UK was in a war with Ireland because they actually care about us occupying their country as much as they care about Russia invading Ukraine. And let's say we were doing really badly, like Ukraine is, and I hear all of this shit that Redditors have made up about the ghost of Ukraine, and I listened to it and I was like, I don't go, that's a badass story. I go, yeah, I know that didn't happen. We're getting our asses kicked. Now I feel worse. And it's like, it would be completely the opposite. These people don't live in reality. It would be the most demoralizing thing because it's like, oh, this gay story is the only thing I have. And I don't have any real stories of victory because I'm losing. And my whole country's losing. So I'd be more upset listening to it than anything else. It's still real to me, damn it. Yeah. It's fucking true though, isn't it? Still real. I'm choosing to believe it. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I just don't understand any of these viewpoints. I can't get my head around why they don't, why they, this doesn't make any sense. But I think this sums up the whole of social media at the moment. I really do. It's like the perfect meme. It's an old style meme, but it's the perfect meme. And like, yeah, I know. Wait a minute. I've got another one that's more annoying. I'm just trying to find it. So like, wait a minute, Richard. I just can't find it. There's so much. Like when I was like setting everything up, like it took me hours. It's just like, well, I can't. I could talk for about 5 hours because I've got to whistle it all down to about 50 fucking tweets and stuff like that of propaganda, and it's like, which one's best? Just don't. None of it makes any sense to me. Let's have a look what we've got here. Like, and then there's another fucking one. There's another one. Reports coming out of Ukraine of a soldier being nicknamed as a Ukrainian Reaper who has killed over 20 Russian soldiers on his own. They fucking live in a Call of Duty world where it's like, oh, wow. It's like, I've got that PlayStation trophy as well on that game. And it's like, this is what it's fucking meant to fucking... this is what it's meant to appeal to the most retarded people in society. Pretty sure. Here we go. I found it. This is the most infuriating tweet. Like, this cuck, like, he is a fucking asshole. Like, he all he does is lie and lie. Just mainly lie. He thinks, like... But here he is tweeting about the ghost of, Ghost of Kiev. As your resident disinfo expert, I'm here to tell you that the truth behind the Ghost of Kiev doesn't matter. The legend of the Ghost of Kiev matters. It's boosting Ukrainian morale. No, it isn't. and Ukrainian resilience is scaring the hell out of Putin. No, it isn't. Tweet away. Now, this is somebody who calls himself a resident disinfo person. They do live in the Marvel universe. Exactly, Richard. Understand propaganda, why it exists, but that guy is praising propaganda that wasn't even made for Ukrainian soldiers. I doubt any of them have even heard of it. It was made to fool Americans. Correct. It's hard to believe the 1% would go through with World War III. I think unless globalism as an idea starts collapsing, this is a big stunt to whip Putin into the NWO. I don't think the thing that I think is I don't think the 1% are as bright as people think they are. I think these people are fucking retarded. And you can see it because I don't think they haven't adapted because they're all old. They're all extremely old. And they haven't adapted to the internet at all. It's like they're still doing the same thing. Because all of this, let me be quite clear, all of this would work if there was no internet. All of it. All of it would work perfectly, correctly, if there was no internet. And they haven't adapted to it. They can't seem to get their head around that we can immediately search and research and then disprove them all the fucking time immediately. That's why, and I don't think the 1% are as bright as. Yeah, I don't think Putin likes them though, because I think the last time he turned up to a WF meeting, he just he turned up without saying he was coming, and then proceeded to shit on Klaus Schwab for 45 minutes and call him a piece of shit for 45 minutes, and then left. So which is kind of funny. I think I don't know what I don't want to make out that Putin's a good guy because I know he's not. But I think he's got his head screwed on with a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm not too sure. But again, I'll go back to that. I don't think the 1% are as bright as people think they are. I think everything they do is fucking retarded and really badly done. That's why there's so much. I mean, because if I was running a disinfo campaign, if anybody of average intelligence was running a disinfo campaign for a country, it will be better than what they're doing because they don't seem to have. I mean, I don't think they're employing the right type of people. I don't think they're employing the people who are. I was listening to. I can't remember what podcast I was listening to, and then it was somebody. I think it might have been a Dick show, but they were talking. He was talking to somebody who knew some people in politics, and he was talking to the interns of some city's mayor, and he mentioned a meme. He mentioned the word meme, and they asked him what is a meme, and it's like, well, if you don't know that, it's like they're not sending their best. So these people are way out of touch. All the people they employ are out of touch. Well, I can't say your name. Away Zaya. I can't say that name. Hard to think the world believes the good guys won World War II. Maybe controversial, but the fact for me. I have no idea what happened in World War II now. It's like I'm not going to say whether the good guys won or not, and so I don't care about that. I'm not going to get my channel banned. However, after seeing all this propaganda, I hope that everybody who's watching this understands none of us know what happened in World War II at all. We have no fucking idea. Because that, if this is what they're putting out now, what the fuck were they putting out then? Oh, I was here. Oh, of course it is. I see it now. But none of us know what happened at any historical event now because this is all just lies. All of it. It, it just, and it's all bad lies. I mean, I don't mind lying. If you want to win a war and stuff, I accept you've got to lie, you've got to do stuff, you've got to play dirty. But please, lie well. Otherwise, don't lie at all. Because you're just going to get fucking absolutely... People are just going to go, what are you talking about? That's a lie. But then we've got this, which I find the most sickening. This is why I fucking hate this Zelensky guy. And it's like he turns down US requests to evacuate Kiev, saying, I need ammunition, not a ride. Now, he is full of little buzzwords and fucking little one-liners because I think he understands. He is a Western puppet, as I think most of us know. That's why they're pretty annoyed. But so he understands the Marvel generation and he's saying shit like he's in a movie, which is because then you've got fucking retarded people saying this president will go down in history for his bravery. And it's like, he's not going to do any fighting. He's just going to get all of his citizens killed. That's what that says. It's like, I want my citizens to be massacred. My untrained citizens to go up against trained soldiers and get killed. So I can have a photo opportunity and it'll make me cool. It's like, and they're all posting this and it's like from 2021. Let's just hope he survives to go down in history for bravery. And you're like, this motherfucker's done shit. He's done nothing. And it's just time and time again. I wish we could break their programming. Because I've been talking to some people, and I have to be quiet now, because it's just, I just don't want to fucking get into it, but with people, but fucking hell. Like, oh, Russia's so bad. And you're like, well, I don't really know whether it's, I don't know who's the fucking bad guy or not. And then they turn on you. Brits claim the Huns were eating Belgian babies in World War One. Yeah, exactly. All nonsense. Well, I don't know about that, Kate Como. Because I do have a channel that is monetized. So I can't have it. I can roller coasters, yep. I wish I could say more. Maybe one day Odyssey will get massive and I can go on there and say what I actually think. Yeah, I know. It's not. It's a fucking. He hasn't written these things. He's been told to say them. I need ammunition, not a ride. And they just fucking smash cuts away to some sort of explosion or something. And some fucking dramatic Hans Zimmer music starts playing in the background like a fucking Hollywood movie. But somebody in the chat said, yeah, I think we can tell that the Russians are winning because they're not putting out any propaganda. And it's like, correct. I think that, and I can't remember who said that because it scrolled past, but like, correct. I think we can't just assume, yeah, they're winning and they're just getting on with the job. It's like, okay, I'll watch Europa. Hold on, just let me make a note of that. I will actually watch Europa live. Give me 2 seconds. I need a glass of water. But who are the real victims in all of this? And who are the real heroes? Well, I'll show you the real heroes first. So, we have the OnlyFans thoughts as an effort to help the people in Ukraine during the Ukraine invasion. I will be having a sale on my OnlyFans at 70% off for everyone in Ukraine. Hashtag free Ukraine. Hashtag praying for Ukraine. Now that is heroism. That's true heroism. But who are the real victims? Who are the real victims? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? And here's the actual victim. Here was some of the real victims, because Russia has been cut off from payment services, haven't they? So now, so all of Russia now the Russian OnlyFans thoughts can't fucking work on OnlyFans because they can't get any payments. Yeah, I know she's pretty hot, isn't she? I don't know. But without it, now I can't pay rent. Russian OnlyFans models lose payments amid sanctions and invasions. So the sanctions don't hurt the elite. They only hurt the poor thoughts. Yeah, you can go on my Twitter. I retweeted somebody. It's on my Twitter timeline. Where is it? Let me find it for you. Yeah, give me a second. And I've got to sign into Street. Oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do it. Oh, okay. I can't do it while I'm live. Right, okay. I was thinking of another way to do that. Won't somebody please think of the thoughts? And here's another thought. OnlyFans model vows to personally have sex with every Russian soldier who defies Putin. Well, she's not that hot, I have to say. It's like, I wouldn't defy Putin for that. All the dirt is on Telegram. Yeah, I should use Telegram more. Yeah, no one's going to actually cut them off from Swift, though. That's the thing. US is buying oil from Russia, then cuts them off from the payment system. Yeah, it's all a fucking facade. It's all a fucking facade. They're not doing anything of the sort. They're just fucking pandering to the media, who are then pandering to these weirdos. Oh, Kate Coma says gross. You want gross? You want gross? Here we go. If you live in I don't know what the fuck this is. But yeah. I don't know. He's offering a 50% discount. So this guy, what the fuck? The guy, yeah. He's not even offering as big a discount as the actual smoking hot chick. Like, but there's quite a lot of, yeah, sorry about this. Yeah, real man boobs. I don't know how that has even happened. Fair play to him. Yeah, it's Jack Murphy. He's been having a rough time recently. If Jack Murphy turned trans, that would be fucking amazing. I would absolutely support that. I would subscribe to his podcast and everything if he did that. I heard that he'd gone out of protected mode on Twitter, but I've been blocked forever, so I can't I'm not allowed to read his tweets. Oh yeah, I touched on this on my last video. I think it was my last video anyway. But this stands as one of the best. Yeah, sorry. But I think this is one of the best threads I've ever seen that sums up Western people and how self-centered and pathetic they are. NPR published this because people are so obsessed with themselves. They cannot fucking separate other activities and compartmentalize it and go, oh, that's bad, and then move on. They instead make themselves upset because they want to be a victim, because they're fucking sociopath. If you can't relate to something and just go, oh right, that is bad, yeah, and understand it, and then move on, then there's something grossly wrong with you if you're getting upset at the news. But it's thread. Russia's attack on Ukraine means there's a stressful news cycle ahead of us. The reality of conflict is always a shock to the system. You're not in any conflict. You're cushy in fucking California, like probably San Francisco. Fucking. Here are 5 ways to cope. Breathe. Like, these people are so fucking stupid. They have to be told to breathe. If you're feeling your body contracting or overheating, step away from whatever you're doing and take a deep breath. Why would a human being need to be told that? Get moving. Do something that feels good for your body and gets you out of your head. Go for a war. Who is getting this fucking wound up about the Ukraine war? Well, we know they are, to be fair, because we saw that video of the Dublin protesters. These people are so fucking retarded. They can be told what to do. It's fucking... I really don't. I can't understand how they get themselves like that. Nourish yourself. The kitchen is a safe space for a lot of us. Yeah, we know it is. We've seen the fucking pictures of you fucking fat women. Maybe this is the time that you finally recreate a family recipe, or maybe learn how to make a prettier pie, or maybe just lose yourself to a kitsch reorganization. What the fuck is going on? Stay connected. When the news is scary, it's not scary. It's a fucking war in a foreign country. It's easy to get lost in our own head. Well, it shouldn't be. Reach out to loved ones instead. That could look like sitting down to write an actual letter to a relative, spending time with neighbors, or playing games with the family. Log off. Now, this is actual advice. Like our friend Tyler, the creator, said, how is cyberbullying real? Just turn off the computer. Remember that it's okay not to be plugged into the news 24/7. This is one of the problems I think these people have. I mean, I like to be plugged into the news 24/7 because it's fucking hilarious. But if it's having a different effect where it's making you feel bad, you probably shouldn't be fucking anywhere near it and never pay attention to it again. Yeah, that phantom honking was fucking great, wasn't it? The phantom honking. I can still hear it. It's in my dreams. My cat is stress shitting everywhere. Still. Yeah, Jellyman. Basically, they're the 5 ways to cope. Correct. It's very mean. Very circular snakes, but also probably correct. Yeah, they are just bored, coddled people in the West. These are people who have never had anything bad happen to them. So they have to imagine bad things happening to other people is happening to them. And it's just fucking insane. Thankfully, it got ratioed. So maybe everybody isn't that insane. Well, maybe the majority isn't. How to NPC, correct. Yeah, log off. It is the best advice they've ever given you. Log off and never read NPR ever again. But just absolutely all fucking insane. Oh yeah, and this picture of Jen Psaki came up the other day. With a little communist hat on. But now they hate communism. Bit weird, isn't it? I don't really understand why. I thought they liked it. Oh yeah, this guy as well. We can't go for the stream without talking about this fucking insane guy. I don't know who he is. As far as when I look at, as far as I can see on Kiwi Farms, he's an insane person who thinks he's famous and has got some notoriety because he thinks he's famous and he's sued some people. I don't think he's actually ever done anything. He's a self-published author, and it's like, but again, this just shows that these people live in cartoons. Like, they're completely retarded. Fun fact, Ukraine, a water balloon filled with $1 worth of paint thrown at the periscope can disable a tank as fast as a $150,000 javelin missile. Please do have fun. Now, this is fucking LARPing. This is not, these aren't real people. It's like, how fucking dangerous is that? Go on. You should go try and walk up to a tank, because they're not just toddling around on their own. They're in groups, and they're also flanked by soldiers walking alongside them. If you got close enough to throw a water balloon at a tank, the fucking the soldier next to the tank will just pop you in your head. Yeah, Psaki is looking kind of manly. She looked real bad. I ain't got a video of it, but she looked real bad when she was on CNN or somewhere last night. She doesn't know how to do her makeup at all. I'm not sure she's a man, but like, well, it's very dangerous, but it's extremely dangerous behavior. But then you've got everybody on Twitter's like showing you how to make showing all Ukraine how to make Molotov cocktails and stuff like that. And it's like, are you fucking nuts? If you start throwing Molotov cocktails at tanks and fucking things like that, if you start doing this, you'll all die. Because you're like, oh, well, I've got a bottle full of petrol, or gasoline, as you call it. And then the person stood next to the tank has a massive gun that's going to go have a bullet right in your face. What's also funny about that one is another made-up post by the left said those missiles were 80K. So they can't get anything right. They're just making it up. Tanks are not assets in an urban environment. Well, I'd rather be sat in a tank than not if I was in war. Learn. Oh, yeah, let's see. Learn from us. You're a sci-fi author that I've never heard of. Tanks are not assets in an urban environment. They are anchors. Armored assets require a significant number of infantry to protect them from you. Shoot out their scopes with rifles. Throw cocktails into their engine deck. Turn them into... It's so fucking dumb because he's explained why he's wrong. Armored assets require a significant number of infantry to protect them from you. Yeah. And that significant number of infantry means if you try to throw a water balloon filled with $1 of paint at a tank, they'll murder you. I don't... All right, Scott Martin. So this guy's completely retarded. I remember if we go, where was he? Because he was really wanting nuclear war. Obviously, when you know when you're correct is when you turn off replies. Nah, he's hidden all the replies because he went absolutely fucking nuts and started demanding demanding a nuclear fucking warfare. Like I remember watching that and just thinking, whoa, this guy's going fucking insane. And then you've got people here. The Ian Dale is like he's a journalist for a radio station that we've got over here. And this is what I hate. These people who make everything about themselves, and none of this probably didn't happen. He just wanted to make it about himself and get likes. And that's what all of this is about. A journalist friend of mine is in Ukraine. His parting words in our exchange: "If this city falls, I will fall with her." Now, it's fine that his friend is gay, but nobody speaks like that. I can't remember the last time I watched the news and cried, but I sit here with tears streaming down my face, feeling utterly helpless and bereft. It's got to be all about you, hasn't it? All of it's got to be about you. You. That's what the left is. It's all sociopathic monsters who just cannot relate to anything without making about them. I really do fucking hate that shit. Just fucking say it's bad for these people. I'm sorry for them. Don't go, I wish I could fucking do something. It's like, no, shut the fuck up. Just be quiet. Oh yeah, and we've got this classic as well. These people. Let me make this perfectly clear. Putin is Emperor Palpatine. The Ukrainian people and all of those who stand up for democracy around the world and here in America are Rey Skywalker, Jyn Erso, and the Rebel Alliance. Pick your side. Jesus fucking Christ. Can't go 2 seconds without a Star Wars reference. They've had their fucking minds destroyed by consumerism. Destroyed. They cannot think without movie references. It's like there are Harry Potter ones, but I draw the line at that. Oh, and then we got, I'm going to borrow your analogy for my students on Monday. Thank you. So indoctrinating another NPC. And look, obviously she's changed the world and cured the war by putting a Ukraine flag in a profile picture. Of course, everything's fine now. The couple lefty friends I have left will surely be on Facebook posting poetic diatribes about how the invasion makes them feel. Yeah, but have they changed their profile picture to have a Ukrainian flag filter on them? Because otherwise the war can't finish. Now, it does have to be about them. It is like all they have to do is pretend to care to win points. Exactly. That is all they fucking do. No, they never do, and they do not do anything useful. Yeah, I've never seen Star Wars, but like I know that Rey Skywalker is the shittest character. That's the woman who's just overpowered immediately because she's a strong, powerful woman, and she doesn't have any story arc or progression like Luke Skywalker. She's just immediately 100% level 99, 1000 HP character for no reason. Just whamming. And this is my Star Wars reference yesterday. Remember the pilot who made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs? We need him. Fucking. Oh, okay, here's something. I hate that pop culture has infected adult minds and rendered them fundamentally incapable of understanding current events unless it is through the lens of their favorite hecking Star Wars film or Marvel film. Oh, and he ratioed him. I never noticed this one. And this motherfucker ratioed him. I never noticed that. I'm pleased about that. That's made me happy. But yeah, there's so many fucking weirdos making a fuck all about themselves. I don't understand how you can live like that. Like just constantly talking about yourself. I barely ever talk about myself. I don't know anybody who does. Is that like, well, I do know people, but I don't hang around with them because I fucking hate them. But like I don't know. None of the people I hang around with do anything like that. It's like when you go down to the bar to have a talk with people, you go, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? I haven't, when I think about it, no one relates it to them and goes, oh, well, if I was in this situation, or like it really upset me or anything, people just go, oh, yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? Yeah, that's odd. But yeah. It's like I don't know anybody who makes everything about themselves. But apparently it is a significant portion of the population who do this. Or either some people just don't know how to behave online. Maybe it's that, but I don't think it is. So I just don't. It just seems like such a weird thing to do. To go, oh, Ukraine's at war. How can I talk about myself? And you're like, well, that doesn't work. Yeah, Disney's fucked everything. Now, have you seen the Star Wars Hotel? That's fucked. You seen how expensive that is, and it's just a repurposed Holiday Inn. That's fucking insane. Like, fucking $4,000 a night. $4,000 for 2 nights. But oh, yeah, I was going to show this earlier, but I forgot where I put it. But yeah, here we go. Look at this. Like some more misinformation. Belarusian volunteers fighting on Ukraine's side. There's people going, oh, my country, hey, resist and fight on for freedom. But that was in 2019, so like again, more fucking fakery. No one can tell the fucking truth for some reason. But if you were the good guys, wouldn't you always be telling the truth? Because you wouldn't need to lie, would you? If you were the people on the right side of history, you would be telling the truth all the time. Well, I think I'm going to wind up the stream a bit because my throat's fucked. I was shouting earlier in the pub today. I just seem to constantly talking, getting even croakier and croakier. But don't forget, Mr. Metica is streaming about midnight, well, in half an hour. He seems to have wildly different takes to me on the Russia thing. He seems to think I don't know. I'm looking forward to his update on the Year of the Chud February edition. But I don't know. He seems to be all in on believing the media on the Ukraine. So I hope that's not true. But he's streaming in half an hour, so I watched that because he's always funny. Castro? What do you mean, Justin Trudeau? Yeah. The trucker thing seems to have gone a bit out of Everybody seems to have forgotten. Everybody's been denied bail, haven't they? Out of that as well. Even though they did nothing wrong. But, yeah. This Twitter is full of propaganda, but it's not taking any of it down, is it? Although I have to actually, no. I am not. I'm not being fair. They are labeling stuff like here. Actually, no, they're not labeling stuff because we got this and it's been up for nearly 12 hours. We've got these people here. Russian soldiers are being taken prisoner en masse in Ukraine and crying. Big slicing. I think that's a mistranslation. But it's probably not true. And also, that's a war crime. If you're doing that, you can be tried for war crimes. You're not supposed to do that because this guy explains it under Article 13 of the Geneva Conventions. Prisoners of war should not be treated as items of public curiosity. If you are going to post photos or videos, at a minimum, ensure they are not identifiable, which is true because a lot of people got into a lot of trouble in Iraq doing that, did they not? So this person is just posting war crimes, not literal war crimes. It is literal war crimes, sorry. And most of that is ha ha ha. Ah. Most of that is propaganda. Yep. They're wearing trainers and not army boots. Don't know about that, but yeah, January 6th protesters still in jail. Yeah, before the internet, the world was full of dim-witted, self-centered people, and we bullied them. One of the worst things we ever did was forgetting that shame exists. Now, as a society is going to collapse because of that one thing where we eliminated shame. Because without any bullying, there is no shame. I don't want you to be over the top bullying at school and things like that. I don't want people to do things like that because that'd be fucking bad. But end up making people like you can't. But keeping people in check, not just the authorities around you, the people, the society you are part of. That's an important part of society, and we've eliminated it. And now you've got all these fucking weirdos because they weren't shamed as a kid. Now they've grown up and they're fucking retarded. Oh, thanks, Scott. Yeah, it's criminally undersubbed. Yeah, something's fucking happened to my channel. It's like every time I live stream, I lose a shit ton of subscribers. Then they come back in a few days. So it's not, I haven't actually really lost the subscribers, but something has happened to my channel. And fucking finding it really, like, the analytics of it have just gone all over the place recently. Although they are monetizing my videos a lot more. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I am shadow banned or not. Like, because I get put in recommendations a lot. So, and I would assume, like, at least a third of my views come from recommendations, which they never used to until I got monetized. So I thought I don't think they treat me that badly. I just don't quite understand what's happened. I think because I remember Nick Makita saying about live streaming really fucks up your channel if you do other videos. So maybe I need to get. I remember him explaining that if you do shorter videos because of the watch retention, it kind of fucks it up. But I was drunk when I was listening to him because Nick Makita starts at 4:00 in the morning where I am. So like, I'm never ever sober at that point if I'm off. Well, thank you very much. Oh, hold on. Yeah, yeah. The pics of the guys with the AK-47s that were just plywood. Yeah. I think that was more of a training exercise, though. I'm not gonna carry. I'm not. There's so much propaganda. I think that was more they didn't have any AKs, so they were going through some routines with them. I don't think that was actual propaganda. I think some people just picked up with it and using it in look and using it in bad faith. Where saying, "Oh, this is propaganda," that like because I don't actually think that was what you would classify as genuine. I think, to be honest, I just think that was, oh, we don't have enough guns, but we want to show you the this exercise, so grab these. Because I know they do that in the British Army, where they have like when they were doing marches and stuff, they'd give you brooms instead of guns before you were allowed to touch a gun. So I know they do that in the actual army. I will look up a dead internet thing. I'm just gonna write that down. Dead internet. Yeah, I saw that. The dude that dropped his clip on Sky News like that was fucking real funny. Again, I don't know whether that was real propaganda or like or fake or whatever, but it looked fucking hilarious. It's just like, and then he just stood there all sheepishly, and that guy picked it up and like gave it to him again. Our supermodel throwing the grenade. Yeah, you see the thought with the airsoft gun. Oh, let's end on a high because she was kind of hot. Where was she? Where is she? Ah, here she is. Let me introduce you to Miss Ukraine, Anastasia Lena. Ukraine has 36,000 women serving in the military, the most women of any military. That's why they're losing. Don't want to be sexist, but that is why they're losing so badly. Like, and she's not even in the military either. She just fucking was posing with an airsoft gun for a fucking Instagram. If only Miss that Snake Island shit was absolute fucking bullshit as well. Oh, they've all died. Okay. Oh, they haven't. the Ukraine announced they died as well. And it's like, and they were like, "Oh, we're heroes. We're gonna give them all medals." And then the Russians were like, "Nah, they're alive. We've got them. They just surrendered because they're pussies." Like, yeah, it is an airsoft gun. But this is again, this is an old picture. This is her. She put this on Instagram just to capitalize on it, and fucking idiots like this guy, managed to get it like, oh look, what a badass, and even though it's a fucking airsoft gun and can't kill anybody. No, this woman isn't actually at fault. She really likes airsoft. She's an Instagram model, and she really likes airsoft, and she plays it all the time, apparently. And like, this is from I think 2020, and she posted it on her Instagram, and then you have people like this guy, simps like this guy, like lying about it. This is actual propaganda. You got people like him, like, oh, I've pinched this off Instagram. I'll post it on Twitter. I'll get 78,000 likes, and everyone will think this fucking thought is in the army with an airsoft gun and is a badass. Yeah, I have seen the woke army advert, and it is cringe as fuck. And that's why That's why they're not going to fight anybody, because they know the fucking army's retarded. Yeah, I want to see General Milley's trans army. I really do though. I want to see trans people. I want to see a full front line of trans people. I just want to see it. I want to see how good they are, because it will be so fucking funny. If they're kick ass, then fair enough, but I suspect they won't. Like, I just want to see a whole army of women. It'd be so fucking funny. I mean, if this is true, Ukraine has 36,000 women serving in the military. That is fucking insane. Women, I don't want to be sexist, but women cannot be in the army in any useful measure. They're not useful in any way for the army, apart from doing the fucking behind the scenes jobs. You don't want women at the front line. They're not mentally stable. I'm sorry about that, YouTube. I'm all about diversity and inclusivity. Women are very good at the army. I'm sure they're just as equal to men. That's why the Ukraine is only conscripting the men and not the women. It's nothing to do with the fact like that they know they're as useful as a chocolate fire guard, and they're only conscripting the men. But that's it for me today. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been fun. This was a great stream. I'm sure there's gonna be many more about this propaganda, because it just seems to be ramping up and getting more and more fucking stupid. They're not gonna stop until they kill us all, basically, I think. Yeah, there's only so much cooking and laundry you can do. It's 36,000, that's way overkill. But then again, YouTube, I'm not being sexist. Yeah, that is a stunning and brave woman who's really good at swimming. No, I'm not. Well, actually, no, yes, I am. I'm in favor of everything Joe Biden does because it's funny. It is funny. Where is he? Hold on. Let's play this out. Where did it? Let's play this video of Joe Biden. He doesn't say anything, but it's funny. Oh yeah, hold on. This is even funnier. This is Joe Biden lying again today.
We're going to keep pushing.
We're not. This is But it's apparently a war in Ukraine where he's so concerned about. His number one priority is lying about shit.
On this, and we're protecting our country's threshold liberty, the sacred right to vote, which I've never seen is under such attack. You know, it's always made it harder for blacks to vote, but this is trying to be able to figure out how to keep the black vote when it occurs from even counting. Over the past year, we've directed federal agencies to promote access.
Oh wow, what an applause that was. Has anybody ever given you an actual idea of what they're talking about when they're doing it? Because I can't figure out what they mean. I mean, I know the lie is to enrage retarded people, but if you ever ask them and go, why are black people too stupid to have a bank account? And they're like, no. And they're like, well, so they can vote then, because you need an ID to have a bank account. And then they're like, well, no, that's not the point. And it's like, well, it's kind of the point, isn't it? I always thought it was. Well, let's play the stream out with this. This is Biden doing his virgin walk.
Mr. President, is Ukraine winning the war?
Mr. President, you fear? You believe Putin would use a nuclear weapon?
Mr. President, are you worried about nuclear war?
He walks like a fucking retard. That's the leader of America. Anyway, I'm gonna go now and get ready for watching America's stream. I need another drink. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye.